Indeed, the world's most powerful men have descended upon Cardiff for the World Open and the World Deadlift Championships, where everyone is talking about someone breaking my 500-kilo deadlift.
What we see in the evolution of the deadlift number is that the sport is really still in its exploration phase of where these records are going to be. We're not at the 100-meter mark where we're improving by hundredths of a second. We're at the mark where Eddie broke the record by 37 kilos in one day. There's nothing stopping me from doing it mentally. I believe that's probably one of my biggest strengths compared to the rest of the strongmen. But when you look at some of the other guys, they give some pause when they think about doing something that someone's never done before, and I don't care. I don't care what Eddie has done. I don't care what Thor has done. A huge respect to them both, but in no way does that dictate what my max is going to be. Eddie didn't care. Thor didn't care. It's just, what are we capable of? What can we do?
The first event is the max deadlift. Now we're going to start on 400 kilos, then we're going to jump all the way up to 1,000 pounds, 454 kilo. Now there's 22 men on the planet right now that have pulled 1,000 pounds. 7 of them are here tonight. Then we're going to jump to the magical 505 kilo for a new world record. Will we see anyone pull a magical 505? It's time to meet the athletes.
Well, yes, it is. Thank you, Eddie. And let's see who we're going to introduce in a dramatic fashion this evening. Well, it's Andy Black, of course, Scotland's strongest man. He's got a big future ahead of him. Then we've got Chris van der Linde, Africa's strongest man from 2019. He's the guest here tonight for the Deadlift World Championships. Pavlo Nakonechnyy, the Ukrainian, caused a big stir last time we saw him at the World Open last year. It's Heinla, always in the mix at the Deadlift Championships. Won it in Wembley a few years back. Then Shane, the Power Flowers. He's a last-minute call-up due to an injury, but he's ready. Pa O'Dwyer. That's disgusting. He's the poster boy for Irish Strongman Monthly magazine. Graham Hicks, Hicksy. He's been through a lot recently. Couldn't train, could hardly walk at one point, but he's smiling now. Mitchell Hooper. Well, you heard from him earlier. The ever-focused Mitchell Hooper. Then we've got Ivan MAKAROV. He got the 505 to his knees last time. What will he do tonight? Gavin Bilton, the Bull, on Welsh soil here. Well, Europe's strongest man, the Strongman Classic champion, 2020's world's strongest man. He'd probably win Crufts if he entered it. It's Novikov. And Singleton, the defending Open champion. They call him T-Rex. And those are our gentlemen of the evening. We move forward with the max deadlift, Colin.
Yes, our first event, which has guests involved in it as well, the World Deadlift Championship, and the world record, 500 kilos. Will we get up to that weight? It's a maximum deadlift contest, starting at 400 kilos. Mitchell Hooper is the leading deadlifter of the year, 475 kilos he's done. Van der Linde has the African record, 455 kilos. He's a monster, and he's only here for the deadlift. You can feel the tension backstage. There's Rauno Heinla from Estonia. Again, one of the strongest deadlifters in the world. And he, Hooper and Makarov all passed at 400 kilos. Everyone else took it and managed it. We've had 3 failures so far at 425 kilos. Novikov, though, has gone through with a good lift.
Well, he's flown in, especially from South Africa, just for this opening event.
So I must point out it is 425.5 kilograms they're pulling. Van der Linde. That was easy. That would have given him a Welsh record. Very Welsh.
Well, that's a good lift from Van der Linde. Using 425.5 kilos. Singleton up next. But this very easy lift for Van der Linde, and the bar just nestling in. So Singleton up next. getting the crowd going.
He's the man who did 1,000 pounds last year. That'll be the next step up, assuming he gets this. Ooh! He's almost sticking against those shorts a little bit. I don't think they're the right choice to be pulling in, but he got it.
Yeah, he just threw that down, didn't he? As you say, last year he joined the £1,000 club, which is too expensive for any club, really. But Mitchell Hooper now.
That's 453 kilos. Right, Mitchell Hooper, the man who's done 475 kilos. Slick, very fast, a little bit shaky at the top, mind. That was surprising, very explosive puller, but at the top he just starts to slow down a little bit. Doesn't quite get his hips through until the end.
Well, on to Pavlo. I call him that because it's easier.
Yes, there's two world-class lifters from Ukraine known as Pavlo, and he's wide Pavlo for obvious reasons.
Look at this. He even managed to smile.
And he is the world powerlifting champion from the past, and it certainly rolls over well to doing deadlift and strongman. Funnily enough, it's the same exercise that they do in powerlifting. It's so comfortably smiling.
So we move on to Gavin Bilton. Now, this will be a Welsh record if he manages it.
By just half a kilo, but it would be quite something were he to pull it. Come on, Gav.
That's how you do it. The Welsh bull himself in Wales, setting a Welsh record.
And the bull has roared.
Yes. Do bulls roar, or is it a loud moo?
You've got me there. Let me Google it.
You Google.
Get back to you on that one. The big man. He's with Eddie Hall now. Well done.
Just managed to grab Gavin Bilton in between his lifts. 425.5 kilo for a new Welsh record. How's it feel?
Yeah, pretty cool. It's always nice to keep holding a little record if you've got little national records. Really happy with it.
Good man, good luck.
So, a Welsh record set. Will the world record follow though? Next, we're going back to 505 on the World Deadlift Challenge.
Well, welcome back to the Deadlift World Championships Round 2, where Graham Hicks, well, he made 425.5 kilos, as did, with some ease, Heinla. It was Makarov next. Cruised through to the next round. So here is the table as we head into round 3. And 453.6 kilos, aka 1,000 pounds. Now Heinla's chosen to skip. Novikov wants to reserve his strength for the rest of the competition. But Van der Linde didn't quite lock out. Neither did Ivan Singleton. So the 1,000 pounds proving to be a very tough marker tonight.
Well, it's a club that Evan Singleton is already in, but the next man certainly isn't. He's just broken the Welsh record. This to put a whopping, over 25 kilograms and join the 1,000 pound club for Wales. It looked like he wanted another go at it. I think he was just wiped. That's such a heavy weight. As Eddie said, there's some 20+ people who've made it in history, and this is an event that's been going on for, well, a couple of 100 years now.
It's a real shame for Gavin Bilton. Graham Hicks is up next. He has never lifted this weight before. Wow, he has now.
Oh, yeah. He's certainly done it in training, and he knew it was in him. It took a year out to go powerlifting, and he was actually in the top 3 powerlifters in the world the year he did it. It was extraordinary, actually, for a first visit to powerlifting. He's got stacks of static power.
Well, he's with Eddie now.
Graham Hicks, welcome to the 1,000 pound club. How's it feel?
Amazing. I really wanted to cement myself as one of the best deadlifters in the world, and the 1,000 was important to do that.
You've done absolutely phenomenal, and I know you've had some really horrible, horrendous injuries that really set you back.
Yeah, I mean, literally 4 months ago, I was still not walking properly, couldn't deadlift. So, yeah, I'm really happy. I know I could probably pull a little bit more, but I didn't really want to risk the next weight, especially what I've been through. So I'll just take it and move on to the next event.
Always hanging around in corridors, isn't he, Eddie Hall? So, on to Nakonechnyy.
Time to turn it on.
Well, this man, the world powerlifting champion from a couple of years ago, and wow, muscles on muscles, and he nails the 1,000 pounds too.
That's great work from the Ukrainian.
Now, if you remember last year, he hit this weight, then he skipped 475 and went straight for the 505. I wonder if he'll do that again this time. Certainly was comfortable enough, he might have a chance. But Mitchell Hooper now, he's still 20 kilos away from his personal best. This should be well within him.
Look at that from Hooper.
Bit of a grinder, wasn't it?
It was a battle, but he got there.
Well, he was one of the men we were talking about for 505. I don't think that's going to happen for him today. This is the main man, though. Makarov getting into his orange jumpsuit. Helps keep all of your body stiff and taut. Mitchell Hooper nailed it, but I'm not sure there's much more.
Makarov then.
Unbelievably long arms. It really does help.
That's a pretty easy lift. Wow.
That was a pretty easy lift. I think there's certainly 475 in him today. That's what he won this World Deadlifts with last year. And he looks the best so far of anybody, I'd say.
Well, let's make this harder, shall we? 476 kilos now. Heinla is up next. Has such technique.
Yes, you see his body weight as well, only 129 kilograms, but he must also have the wingspan of a 7-foot man. Really long arms helps a lot. And this would be a Masters over 40 world record. Worried to do it?
Wow. Pretty textbook.
I mean, yeah, it's magnificent. The biggest lift ever for a man 40 or above. Far greater than Mark Felix ever did. And well done. I mean, this could be the winner right here. It just depends on what Makarov is feeling like, and Hooper.
Yes, and Hooper really wants this.
Let's explode. Come on.
This is above his own personal best. Not tonight, as the MC says. And I don't think you'll be surprised. At 4:53.5, he was just off pace, I thought. Gets caught at the knees, can't get it over the knees, that second phase. Well, does it all come down to Makarov? Yes, it does, if we want to go forward. I'm not sure Rauno Heinla is going to go higher. I think he's pretty happy with 4.76 and that new Masters record.
Well, Makarov is skipping straight to the 5.05.
Roll the dice.
So this is for the world record.
Yes, for the win. Everything. Poor guy. Jeez, that's the second year in a row he's had it up to his knees. Last year, I actually think last year it was slightly above his knees. A little bit better last year, but well, he is the only person to ever get it off the ground, just not to legal height.
So, Rauno Heinla wins this year's World Deadlift Championship. Graham Hicks, meanwhile, joining the 1,000-pound club after months of chronic injury. Gavin Bilton setting a new Welsh record, and Eddie Hall's record living on for another year.